Hey guys, I'm Sam, this is Bard, and welcome back to Glitter and Sawdust. Today, I'm going to show you how to make these awesome candles out of upcycled beer cans. You can also use soda cans or old jam jars, any sort of vessel you have lying around the house that you want to upcycle. Of course, with this monster in the house, I can't really burn them, Bard. I can't really burn them, but I still like to use them for decoration. This one is a St. Patrick's Day decoration. So if you want to figure out how to make these easy candles, then stay tuned. You bit me! Let's start with some materials. As I mentioned, you'll need a vessel. It can be anything you want to upcycle. You'll need a pot that you don't care about, a cookie cutter, and some measuring cups. You'll need a double boiler, fragrance oils or essential oils, wicks, chopsticks or a centering device, and of course the most important part, the wax. If you're using cans, a pair of needle nose pliers and a can opener will help a lot. And you'll need a pair of scissors to trim the wicks. To start, put your metal cookie cutter or a metal measuring cup in the bottom of your pan. This will hold the double boiler up off the bottom so the wax doesn't burn. And then fill your pot with water. Don't fill it too much because you don't want the double boiler to start floating and tipping, but fill it just enough that it will reach about a half an inch to an inch up the side of the double boiler. And then light that sucker up. While the water is heating up, we'll prepare some of the cans. I just used a normal can opener and cut around the inside of the can, and the top usually came off fairly easily. If it doesn't come off right away, you can wiggle it around. Just please be very careful not to cut yourself on the edges of the cans because they can be quite sharp. Any leftover sharp edges you can bend flat with the needle nose pliers. Now let's place the wicks. If you have a centering device, this is super easy. I'm just straightening this wick out a little bit and then dropping it straight into the jar and threading it through the centering device. The wicks are covered in a thin layer of wax, so once you add hot wax, your wick may start to sag, in which case you'll just want to stick the wick into that little notch on the centering device to make sure that it doesn't sag into the candle. If you don't have a centering device, no problem. Grab a chopstick or a straw, stick your wick into the can, and leave enough sticking up that you can wrap it around your chopstick and or straw, pencil, anything like that will do. Wrap it around a few times so it doesn't come off when you add the hot wax for the candle. I like to have everything close by and ready to go, so I'm prepared to pour it when the wax is heated. Next, fill your double boiler with wax. It will melt down quite a lot, so don't be afraid to fill it near full. What I've added here is enough to make one candle in a pint-sized can with a little bit extra. Now add your double boiler to your pot of hot water. Turn the heat down to keep the water at a simmer. Rolling boils can cause all kinds of problems. And let the wax melt. Who doesn't love a good time lapse, am I right? Measure out your fragrance oil according to the instructions on the jar. I bought this brand at Joann's and I really like the various scents that they offer. However, fragrance oils are very expensive. So if you want something a little cheaper and also probably a little healthier, you can just use essential oils. Using a hot pad, remove your double boiler from the water and then add your fragrance oil and then give it a stir. Now just pour it in your can. You have a lot of time to work before the wax sets, so don't worry about your wick being off-center right now. Using hot pads, move it to a flat surface that's going to be relatively undisturbed in order to let the candle cool. They do take quite a while because this is a lot of wax. But the nice thing about that is there's no pressure to set the wick. You have a lot of time to shift it around. The bigger the candle, the longer the wax will take to set, so you have all the time in the world. Once you're happy with the set of the wick, just let it be. Once the candle is totally cooled, I like to add a thin layer of hot wax on top to fill in any gaps that might have formed. And then you can add stuff to it like flower petals or different seasonings. I also like to add glitter. This candle in particular doesn't actually get burned, it's just decorative for St. Patrick's Day, so I really like the way the glitter looks on top. But feel free to add whatever you want. So that's it. It's super simple, and once you get the hang of it, you can churn out a bunch of candles in like an afternoon. They make really great gifts for Christmas or birthdays, and you can even let your friends pick out the cans they want to use. A lot of the local breweries have really cool artwork on their cans, so it's really fun to showcase that without just like having a beer can lying around your house. Oh my gosh. Anyway, as always, I will leave a list of materials and tools in the description below, and we will see you next time. Bye. This is a St. Patrick's Day decoration, because Guinness, Irish, you know, make good choices. No? I have a freckle that he wants. They make really great Talking too fast. I should have had tea instead of coffee. They make really great gifts for Christmas or New Year's. No? I can see you. They make really great gifts for Christmas or birthdays. Really? Why? Why? You disgusting creature. How many times have you done that? So that's it. Do you want the scratches or no? Good boy.